Hey, it's Mazzy. Welcome back to the channel. I always loved that line. By the way, which one's pink? Another announcement today, and as I said in the last video regarding some other set, I mean, there's so many box sets coming out this fall. I want to do these like random notes. When I hear of a new release or I get a press release or something, I want to inform you because you don't get all the emails. You don't follow up. It'd be a good idea to follow the bands that you like and the labels you like, at least, the very least on Instagram. And if you're too old and you say you don't do Instagram, just friggin' do it. Don't post, just follow places and you'll get the same, not all the same information, but you'll get the news. And it's kind of fun, I think. At least I enjoy it. I like learning what's coming out, whether I want to get them or not. New releases, it's exciting. This goes back to my youth. I've always been like this in terms of music. Anyway, 50th anniversary of Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd's 1975 release. Released on September 12th, 1975. So today, as I'm recording this, as you're watching this right now, this album came out 50 years ago today. And of course, this was the follow-up of Dark Side of the Moon that came out 2 years prior to this. This is the first Pink Floyd album that came out new when I worked in a record store. So opened the box, plopped it on, and really enjoyed it. I like this album a lot. Now, I'm going to get into the deets here, and you can go check it out. It's announced today. There are various formats. Stephen Wilson is involved. There's a little bit of tidbit of information that some of you like his remixes. It's a live aspect to this that's really interesting. Again, as much as I'm into Pink Floyd, I don't know all the details. So you Pink Floyd freaks will know more, and you can correct me and put in more information down in the details. But I have the press release. I'm going to talk about this, of course, with this great cover from Hypnosis. This is real. This is pre-Photoshop, and apparently this stuntman just recently passed away in real life. He did get burned at the time when they worked on this. But at the end of this, there's a little personal story. And I used to put these in the beginning to lead up. But then I get these wankers saying, Mazzy, come on, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this release. Let's get to the details. I'm already stalling for time here in a way. Think of this as the opening act to the details. It's entertainment. You can go to friggin' Google this and get all the same information probably, but you don't get the personality, like it or not. So Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. Remember, it came in this dark plastic at the time. Isn't that kind of cool? Pretty cool. It came with postcards and posters and all kinds of stuff. And this was an interesting record because it's about alienation. And, obviously Sid Barrett is all over this, not in terms of playing, but like the ghost of Sid Barrett, even though he wasn't dead, he shows up at the studio unrecognizable while they're recording this record. The song, Have a Cigar, sung by Roy Harper because nobody could sing it as well. And Roy Harper's around the studio and he comes in and just nails it, right? So let's go through this. And at the end of this, I'll tell you, I share that personal story if you want to, if you're interested. This comes out on December 12th. That's when this is coming out. And there are several variations of this. Pink Floyd announces Wish You Were Here 50 deluxe box set, CD, vinyl, and for the first time, a Dolby Atmos mix via Sony Music. The collection features 6 previously unreleased alternative versions and demos, including unheard of Welcome to the Machine demo. And some of these are actually already on YouTube, so you can get a little sense of what these are. Again, there's a big box set. I believe the big box set, I'm not sure, you can only order it at Sony or the site. I don't know. Maybe it'll be at Amazon too. I don't know the details on that. And I do not have the prices, but I'm sure the price is already posted by the time you're watching this. The 50th anniversary features multiple discs of rarities. At the core of this special edition are those 6 unreleased alternative versions of demos of their 8th studio album. So Wish You Were Here will be released as a 3 LP version, a 2 CD version, a Blu-ray, and a digital and deluxe box set. It seems to me If I am right here, the deluxe box set and the digital are the two places to get everything. Everything. Obviously, the digital, you don't get the physicalness, the art, the books, the posters, things like that, which are kind of cool, actually. I love, if you follow me, you know I'm into artwork, and especially Thorn Thurgeson and the whole team from Hypnosis who worked on them for years. The digital release now includes the original 1975 album featuring a new Dolby Atmos mix by James Guthrie. He started working with them on The Wall in 1979. One thing that some people, Pink Floyd aficionados, are excited by, a 16 live recordings captured by the renowned bootlegger Mike Millard at Pink Floyd's Los Angeles Sports Arena show in April of 1975. Now that's an infamous bootleg, a sound recording, and apparently it's amazing. It's around, people have heard it, and it's an incredible release. This is the first official release of that, and apparently people really like it. The live audio, now this is the kicker here. This is a cool thing right here. The live audio has been meticulously restored and remastered by Steven Wilson. And I'm a fan of Steven Wilson's remixes, his surround mixes. Interesting he didn't do the Atmos in this case on this one. He did an incredible job on the Pompeii release earlier this year. I saw that in IMAX. I have the Blu-ray, the vinyl. That is probably my favorite reissue, single kind of album reissue of the year. In fact, maybe not even a reissue since the vinyl never came out. The audio never came out intact like that. So if you haven't got the Pompeii, don't sleep on that. Check that out. The deluxe box set includes the 2 CDs, the 3 LPs on exclusive clear vinyl. So if you want the clear vinyl, colors don't matter to me on that. But, Blu-ray material plus a 4th clear vinyl, Live at Wembley 74, a replica Japanese 7-inch single of Have a Cigar backed with Welcome to the Machine, a hardcover book including unseen photographs, a comic book tour program, and Nebworth concert poster. Exclusive 50th anniversary merchandise, okay, etc., etc. So you can get your T-shirts and your all the other stuff you want. But I'm not here to talk about merch. This is not the Mazzy merch store, at least not for Pink Floyd here. What's interesting about this too with the book is Pink Floyd was the only band, aside from the Beatles, signed to EMI, that had creative control over the artwork and the album covers of their record. Everything else had to really go through the label, but barring any scandalous cover probably, Pink Floyd could do whatever they want. That was part of their deal with EMI Records in the UK. And I think that's amazing. The Beatles also, but they were the only other band. And that's something I just learned from this press release I didn't know. I think the cover to the box set's kind of cool, actually. And throughout this video, I've done some cutaways of what this looks like and some pictures of the band from this project. And what I thought about immediately, which I do like that tourish kind of trunk tour, the cover. It so reminded me of this Bruce Springsteen box set of the first albums of the reissues, the Plangent Process box set. Not exactly, but it had that vibe of trunks with travel stickers all over it. I grabbed a cassette of this album from the store one weekend. I was going away with my girlfriend camping in the Stanislaus National Forest in California. And we went to a campsite on the river. And my girlfriend and I get to the campsite. We set up the tent. We stay the entire night. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because the only cassette we kept playing was Wish You Were Here. And I have that vivid memory of driving in these windy roads, going down to this very kind of shallow river area that flows into a more volatile section. And we're camping sort of on the banks of this river. And we heard noises all night. And my girlfriend and I had never been camping before. I had been camping with my buddies, but never gone with my girlfriend. So we stayed one night, and then we left and checked in a hotel for the next 2 nights. It was like glamping before glamping was a thing. What does that have to do with Pink Floyd? Well, that is a sense memory I have of this album. So every time I hear this friggin' record, Wish You Were Here. I think of driving with my girlfriend at the time in 1975, listening to that cassette. But anyway, that's the news. I'm going to do more of these as announcements get made of new releases. And I'm considering, I think there's going to be something special on this channel in terms of a new release thing, and maybe even a weekly live stream about new releases. So if that interests you, put in the comment. Would you like to watch and listen to me presenting upcoming releases, big labels, small labels, independent things that I like? We'll see. I think it'd be an interesting thing because the stores that I know do it, but I don't know if it's done in the same way that I plan on doing. Obviously, from my point of view and the things that I'm interested in, at least to a point, that's something I'm checking out. So Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here 50th Anniversary Edition. Are you excited? Pink Floyd fans, the big box is for the big fan. The other issues, the 2 CD, we'll see. Again, I don't know other mastering information aside from James Guthrie and the Stephen Wilson part of it. I don't know actually who cut the vinyl. That's an interesting question too. So if you know that, and maybe by the time this post, maybe I'll know that information and I'll list it. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it and have a great weekend. Mazzy loves you.